Welcome back to the Talk Wrexham Podcast. We're back for episode 2 today. Before we get into the episode, please subscribe to the channel. We're 23 subscribers away from 2,800, so please hit the red subscribe button right now. Let's try and get 95 likes on the video as well, so make sure to subscribe with the notification bell on. We've got a couple of interesting topics today. We're going to be talking about the FA Trophy, Lee Tomlin, Ryan Reynolds coming to the Racecourse, and a Wealdstone preview, so it's going to be one hell of an episode. Starting off with Lee Tomlin now, you might have heard that the deal between Wrexham and Lee Tomlin has collapsed. Now, in a recent interview with Wrexham manager Phil Parkinson, he all but confirmed the signing of Lee Tomlin is not going to happen. Now, as you do know, Tomlin has been training with Wrexham for the past week or so, and it seemed likely a deal would happen at the end of his training period. But Parkinson recently told the leader the Lee Tomlin deal hasn't progressed and is unlikely to. Although Tomlin would have been a great addition to the squad, it's not worth offering him £3,000-4,000 a week, because apparently at Cardiff he was on like £10,000-11,000 a week. So if you were to offer him a monstrous wage like £3,000 or £4,000 a week, and he won't be match fit for weeks, obviously we do know that. He hasn't played in 15 months, so he's going to have to get his fitness back up. If we sign him on non-contract term until the end of the season, that would have made a lot more sense. And then at the end of the season, if he did enjoy it here and if he did play well, we could offer him a proper contract and a longer contract. But evidently he wanted a big weekly wage, and he couldn't agree personal terms with us. Like I just stated as well, a player that hasn't played for 15 months is obviously going to be massively unfit, and that was the major problem that was going around on Twitter. Wrexham fans saying, why are we going to sign him? Why are we going to pay him some decent money if we can't get him back to his full fitness? And it was going to take quite a while to get him back to where he was for Cardiff a couple of years ago. And what I also found on Twitter is he recently tweeted Rushden Diamonds, his first ever club. He tweeted out them if they needed a player or manager. So, what? Possibly he's not prepared to play in the National League. Maybe he doesn't want to play this high up. Maybe he wants to go to a club like Rushden Diamonds. Yeah, it's nothing too disappointing. It would have been a great addition, but obviously, the two couldn't agree personal terms, so we're not going to dwell on it too much. We've still got an incredible squad that can easily go up this season. On to the owners. Well, the owner, Ryan Reynolds, paid a quick visit to the Racecourse ground a couple of days ago. From the Super Bowl to the Racecourse ground. What a crazy world we live in. Now, the co-owner, Ryan Reynolds, was seen at the Racecourse ground. You may remember a tweet going around, the floodlights were on, people were saying a VIP visitor was there, and in fact it was Ryan Reynolds. It seemed like he was there just for a quick check-in before flying back out to America, and he got to meet new striker Ollie Palmer for the first time as well. I'll put a couple of pictures on the screen. They were having a good conversation, and yeah, it's good to see Ryan. You know, he likes coming over, but I think he'll do it whenever we have a new signing or signings. He'll want to have a chat with them, obviously, but you know, get them settled into the club, and I think that's what's going to attract a fair few big name players, the owners obviously. But yeah, Ryan has visited Wrexham for the second time. Now we're going to be doing a Wealdstone or Wealdstone preview. This is going to be an interesting game. So it is our first league game in over 2 weeks as we face mid-table side Wealdstone at Grosvenor Vale. As far as we know, the game is still going ahead. Wealdstone has said they have no intention on doing a pitch inspection. They come into the game with bags of confidence after they beat Yeovil at home 2-1 and recently got a good 3-1 away win at the Hive when they took on Barnet. So we're going to have to be careful because they are on red-hot form at the minute. They are a strong side and have only lost 4 home games this season. It seems to be one of their strong points, their home form. It's certainly not going to be an easy game. I'm sure the pitch might not be the best, but we've got to be ready no matter what. Wrexham fans, you may remember when we played them at the Racecourse ground. Rewind a couple of months ago when we played them in November. They seemed like they were very well set outside, very well drilled at the back. They just lacked something up front. I think if they'd have had a proper good proven striker up front. They probably could have beaten us on the day. But yeah, they're a very, very well structured side. But having said all this, I know Wealdstone are a good team. They're currently 16th in their second season in the National League. They're going strong, but I still think we should be able to get 3 points in this game. Look at the quality in our squad compared to their squad. Again, it is the National League. It's like when we played Marine. You know, we played our strongest team, and all of our players are on like over £1,000 a week, and half of the Marine players, it was their part-time job, and they still nearly beat us. So it's football. Anything can happen, but realistically, I think we should get the 3 points. We've spent more money on Ben Tozer than Wealdstone probably have for their whole history on a player. It is crazy, but like I said, it's football. Anything can happen. I'm not going to get too confident. Now, Wrexham going into it, it was great to get that 3-0 win against Bournemouth in the FA Trophy, which saw us progress to the quarter-finals, but it's now whether we can follow that up with a win away at Wealdstone. We need to get a 3 points, because this 3 points would be very valuable in terms of us trying to push for that top 4 finish. Like I touched up on in a couple of videos ago, it's whether we can pick up the points against the easy teams, and that will determine how our season will finish. You know, we played Wealdstone earlier on, dropped points against them. Maidenhead, we dropped points. So we need to win this. Last league game, we obviously lost to on-form Torquay United 1-0, which probably was one of our poorest performances of the season. It's vital we do bounce back on Saturday. Team news now. Mullin obviously is still out with suspension. I do believe this is his third game out with suspension. Yeah, third game out. McFadzean is most likely going to make his league debut for Wrexham after getting 2 assists on his debut against Bournemouth and impressing the Wrexham fans. So I think McFadzean will get a start. Jarvis also impressed in that game, but has he done enough to get a start in the league on Saturday? Would be his first start since the Bromley home game, which he went off injured in November. But like I said, has he done enough to get into the league starting 11? I think he did. He had a good game against Bournemouth, but then again, it's down to Parkinson and not me. My score prediction for the game is 3-1 to Wrexham. I think we'll get the job done nicely. A couple of second half goals should win us the game. It won't be easy, and the conditions, as you can probably tell, I hope they don't come across in this video, but it's very windy at the minute, one of the windiest days we've had in years. And like I said, the conditions won't be great, but I'm certain we can get all the 3 points. Right, on to our FA Trophy draw. As you'll have seen by now, we did draw Notts County away in the quarterfinals of the Build Bays FA Trophy. The game is set to be played on Friday, the 11th of March, because Nottingham Forest are home on the we were meant to be playing Notts on the Saturday, but Forest were playing at home to Reading, so it's been moved to a Friday night, 7:45, and surprisingly, it is being televised. Well, not televised, but it's being streamed for fans to watch. So it's going to be interesting to see why that is the case. Maybe it's because Wrexham fans might not be able to travel, but I'm not complaining. It will be good to see them on the telly. I am quite disappointed, though, that we didn't draw the likes of Needham Market or York at home. It would have been an easy game, especially against Needham. York might have given us a decent test, but I'm sure we could have easily beaten both of them and got a good semi-final draw. Our last 6 games at Meadow Lane has resulted in 1 draw and 5 losses. Our last win coming in September 2004 in the Johnston's Paint Trophy, or as it used to be called, the LDV Vans. It's not even called the Johnston's Paint Trophy. The Football League, or Papa John's Trophy. We did go on to win that after we beat Notts County. You might remember when we beat Southend in the Millennium Stadium. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we do this time around. We lost them 3-1 in the league at the start of January, but we played most of that game with 10 men. I'm sure it's going to be a very good game. Hopefully we can bring around 1,000 fans down. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm able to go to this one, but I will be watching it on the telly. Let me know in the comments section down below, are you happy with this Notts County draw, or would you have preferred a different team? So that is the end of the episode 2 of the Talk Wrexham podcast. It's not really a podcast, it's like a talk show. But yeah, let me know what you think the score prediction on Saturday is going to be against Wealdstone. Like I said, I think it's going to be 3-1. And let me know who you think will score the first goal for Wrexham in the game. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn the notification bell on. Go and follow me on Instagram as well, at @OneLiamRoberts, where I post up-to-date stuff on there. And I'll see you guys in another video. Take care.